After only what feels like months of development, DOTA Underlords is now available in open early access beta to everyone for free on PC, Mac, Linux, iOS, and Android for free. And yes, you've heard that correctly, Valve just released a mobile game, and they didn't have to work on it for very long. Obviously, people in the offices were working as hard as they could, as quickly as they could, in order to remain competitive in the auto chess marketplace. But the fruits of their labor are here, at least parts of them, and it's available to be played by everyone for free, with a lot of new features, a lot of interesting lore, and a lot of very passionate people finally changing how things at Valve are done. Let's talk about everything that we've learned from the DOTA Underlords early access open beta, and let's also talk about everything that might be coming in the future from all the hints and teases from the files and the Twitter accounts of the Underlords development team. Here we go. One of the oldest and most respected Steam trading websites in the world, this video is sponsored by Marketplace.tf. What is widely regarded the best place to buy and sell your Team Fortress 2 items, Marketplace.tf is now expanding into Dota 2. This doesn't mean that they're losing any interest in their Team Fortress 2 endeavors, just adding in another game as a first-class citizen on their website itself. This is a website where you will soon be able to buy, sell, and trade Dota 2 and Team Fortress 2 items for real-world cash very quickly, without any fees on buyers, payout fees, and a single 10% commission. Underlords and Dota fans, or Underlords with old Dota inventories they don't really do much anymore, there is a lot of money you could possibly make on Marketplace.tf. The Dota 2 features are coming to the website very soon, and thank you very much to Marketplace.tf for sponsoring this video, and I hope you can sponsor again. As stated before, this is an open beta, and that means Valve very much wants your feedback. On the main menu of the game, there's a giant feedback button that allows you to send any complaints, criticisms, feedback generally about the game directly to the development team. And from my own experiences, they listen. The one major complaint I had in my last Underlords video was fixed 2 days later. They're listening. This is available on PC, Linux, Mac, iOS, and Android. And for Android users, the APKs, both 32 and 64-bit, are available for download on the main update website. The interesting thing about the mobile version is what you're downloading is only really an installer and launcher. This is being done to circumvent Apple's long, arduous process of pushing updates. So the iOS version will very much remain up to date as everything else, because essentially it's running off of the exact same build as everything else. This also possibly means that they're circumventing the 30% that is seen on Android and iOS. On this update website, we finally have our first legitimate look at Underlords lore. Welcome to Whitespire, a smuggler's paradise with loose morals and colorful residents to spare. Despite being overrun with syndicates, gangs, and secret societies, Whitespire has never descended into chaos for one reason: Mama Eve. She was respected, she was loved, and unfortunately she was murdered last week. Eve's death has sent one question rippling through the Whitespire underworld: who is going to run the city? This lore connects directly into the 8 characters we discussed last week. If you have seen my last Underlords video, then you know that the profile pictures of every player in an Underlords game has one of these 8 characters' silhouettes as their avatar. Here's the problem. The next section on the website, called Who Are the Underlords, reads, 4 individuals have stepped out of the shadows to claim Mama Eve's place as the voice of Whitespire. If you remember, last week, that exact quote was seen in an early leaked version of this website with one major change. 8 individuals have stepped out of the shadows to claim Mama Eve's place as the voice of Whitespire. We knew that there were at least 3 major characters going to be shown early on: Anesix, Joel, and who we were calling Kessin. But on the very front of the update main page, that picture of the 3 characters was updated to just add a 4th character. This is what we know about these characters. Anesix is a mistress of secrets and was last spotted hobnobbing with demons. Quote, everyone has a secret to tell. Pray that no one has paid Anesix to tell them yours. Kessin is actually called Enno, but we're still going to call him Kessin. Kessin is the king of Warrens. He was last spotted scurrying through back alleys. Quote, Whitespire is no stranger to pickpockets and scavengers, and Kessin rules them all. Jal is an ice rack bootlegger, last spotted drinking whiskey. Quote, a gangster with principles, Jal may be unethical, but he is honorable. And surprisingly, we now have a 4th character, Hobgen, an arson aficionado, last spotted lighting a match. Mama Eve's most feared lieutenant, Hobgen believes he alone is fit to rule Whitespire. These characters are amazing. I love this kind of lore, and I love the character designs that I'm seeing here. The question, however, remains. Where are the other 4 characters whose side profile silhouettes exist in the game files and are seen in every single game of Underlords? Is this going to be a thing that we learn about in future seasons? And how exactly is this going to tie into the gameplay mechanics that Underlords hold, which we're going to get to in a minute. Let's move on. The game is on both PC and mobile, and the fun part about this is that it's cross-play. Quote, running late, start a match on the PC and finish it on your mobile device, and vice versa. Play on your platform of choice and battle players across the globe in a hassle-free cross-play experience. And guess what? All builds of this game on both mobile and PC are running on Source 2. DOTA Underlords is the first mobile game to be published using the Source 2 game engine. And just like we discussed last time when this leaked, there is a section about gameplay features, and I'm going to separate them into the features we have now and the features we can expect in the future. Quote, everyone starts at the bottom, but by playing against other Underlords, you'll climb through the ranks and prove that you are the right person to rule Whitespire. If you look inside the season info tab on the main menu, you actually have the names of all 8 ranks. Each rank has 5 tiers before you can rank up to the next one. These ranks are Upstart, Grifter, Outlaw, Enforcer, Smuggler, Lieutenant, Boss, and Big Boss. Currently, every online game that you play is ranked, and the developers have discussed how different types of game modes will release in the future on Twitter, but as it currently stands, everyone has a rank, and every game you play online will be based on that rank. The game is also tournament ready. Quote, create your own private lobbies and matches, then invite spectators to watch 8 Underlords duke it out. So not only can you create your own tournaments with set numbers of players, but you can have as many spectators to watch the game play out. There is a lot of potential here for not only community-run events, but official Valve tournaments. And lastly, one of the major questions I had about this update page when it leaked 5 days ago was exactly what they meant by online-offline. Well, it's not that complicated. Quote, online-offline, offering a sophisticated AI with 4 levels of difficulty, offline play is a great place to hone your skill. Pause and resume games at your own leisure. So this was a feature that we already had, but they're advertising it as a major selling point of the game. And lastly, they go into exactly what is upcoming for the game. What new features can we expect in the coming weeks and months for DOTA Underlords? First, there's going to be a battle pass. Quote, the battle pass will introduce progression, cosmetics, custom boards, and a host of other new features to the DOTA Underlords experience. This appears to be the only monetization strategy the game currently holds, and not only that, but the battle pass has a free alternative if the leaked HUD elements are to be believed. If Valve is only going to be making money from this battle pass, how expensive will it be? What exactly are they offering to make it enticing to every single player? They're mentioning progression, cosmetics, and custom boards. Are they locking specific lore behind the battle pass? Will they be introducing different stories while the battle pass levels up? The cosmetics we have no idea about, but we do know 4 of the custom game boards. You're playing on one of them, and these are the other 3. Out of everything that is being discussed, I am most interested in exactly what Valve is going to be doing with the battle pass. Seasonal rotation. Quote, every season will be saying goodbye to certain heroes, items, and traits to make room for new additions that will shape the ever-evolving world of DOTA Underlords. The image that is used for seasonal rotation has changed since the leaked website, and now we have a wanted poster for Sven. Sven is one of the 16 heroes that I was able to find references to within the files of DOTA Underlords that do not exist in the playable game currently. The new heroes are Darkseer, Elder Titan, Skywrath Mage, Bane, Earthshaker, Invoker, Oracle, Pangolier, Pugna, Rubik, Storm Spirit, Sven, Vengeful Spirit, Weaver, Wraith King, and Zeus. And according to the picture on the update page, Sven is all but confirmed. Next we have match replays. Quote, relive and share your favorite moments of the season with our replay viewer. Now, in case you don't know, Source and Source 2 has always held a replay system built in. Exactly how they're going to allow you to start replays, store replays, view replays is unknown, but really we're just waiting for a nice UI to go along with a feature that's existed in the engine since 2003. And finally, the most interesting thing of all, choose your Underlord. Quote, choose an Underlord persona from our ever-expanding roster that fits your play style. With unique gameplay-affecting changes, there's an Underlord for everyone. Alright, I need to go into speculation territory here. Speculation. We have been confirmed for what are called Underlords. These are the voices that are trying to chase after Mama Eve's place. Of the characters, we know that 4 others exist within the files themselves. We just don't have names. We just have side profiles. What this is saying is that it's an ever-expanding roster of Underlords, an ever-expanding cast of characters trying to become the follower of Mama Eve. What's interesting about this is you, as the player, will be able to side with one of them, and based on who you choose, gameplay will change. Exactly to what extent they mean by changing will have to be seen, but that is going to be completely meta-changing, and there's obviously going to be an Underlord that is more powerful than others. How exactly do they plan on balancing this? How exactly do they plan on implementing this? This is a huge feature, and one of the most interesting things that is coming to an auto chess game that I've seen out of any of the companies that are attempting to release the definitive version of auto chess. I love the cast of characters, I love their designs, I love their backstories, and deep lore stuff is the only reason I'm interested in the Dota 2 franchise to begin with. So being able to integrate the deep lore into actual gameplay mechanical changes is very interesting to me, but I have no idea how they're going to do it, and I have no idea how they're going to balance the 4 we have now and then introduce another 4 next season, next year, next update, whenever. If you want to be able to play Dota Underlords, it is available in open beta for free for everyone. Link to the actual update page is down in the description below, and all of the download links are there. Just click on them, you're taking your platform of choice, and it's crossplay. Seeing the Valve logo pop up on my iPad is something I've wanted to see for a very long time, and it raises the question of exactly what was going on with the Artifact team. Why was Dota Underlords capable of doing all of the things that Artifact seemed to be incapable of doing? We were promised the mobile version of Artifact this summer, and we are not going to get it this summer because we now have what sounds to be a team of 10 trying to work on an entirely new game based around the core mechanics and IP of Artifact. But the game isn't dead, and I know this has nothing to do with the main topic of the video, but I need to ask that question. What is different about the Underlords team now that wasn't capable of being done with the Artifact team? If you want to be able to follow up on all of the topics that I cover on this channel in real time, check out my Twitter page, link down in the description below. And if you want to be able to support these videos, which I highly appreciate, check out my Patreon page down in the description below. I'm Tyler McVicker, this is Valve News Network. Have a good day. Adios.